just couldn't remember who he was by the way. In the limelight. Just say it. Because they'd be like, hey, where's your wife? It's like, don't worry about it. I forget half the time. He wakes up. I know it's a little harsh. To be completely perfectly honest, Fire Emblem is on my queue. I haven't actually played through the game yet because I've been trudging through Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 on my iPad. Those games, so replaying those, but that's once I can make a conscious, active decision on that, then I will let you know. I don't want to just throw anything out there for you, but I'll come back and go over to Facebook and post like, hey, by the way, I finally answered your question. It's this one. But I do remember there was one cutscene with a really cool Pegasus lady that picks him up. To me, I think it's just like, she's like, hey, I saved your ass. And she's like, you get back there? He's like, yeah. There's another cutscene like that in the game. I was like, okay, I see they kind of wanted to push him towards it this rate or something. So, yeah. I still remember that my friend Orion, who actually was a skeleton, was playing through the game, and I guess he was wanting to marry prom to someone specific, but he was kind of putting it off, and then eventually the game just hitched him with some random girl. He texted me, he's like, man, what the hell? That's some bullcrap. She broke my heart, man. She broke my heart. I'm like, you know, put a ring on it.
Morning.
Good morning.
So, hypothetically, if you were to become a master of the Holy Grail 4, what serpent would you summon and what class would it be?
That's a good one. Oh, man. But obviously partial to Saber, which is Saber, which the character is really complicated in Pt.4 specifically. Man, I love Ryder so much. It's so awesome. Like, oh man. Comes to Cherry too. So what's in the show? Okay. Oh man. My spirit would be Richard Feynman. For those of you who don't know who Richard Feynman is, you should look it up. He's an amazing scientist and just he's incredible. Made his books fantastic. Everything. All the work that we're doing in quantum physics is incredible. I'm sorry, I went super nerdy there for a second. He would be, and basically he wouldn't even fight. He would just, yeah. Like the battle would start, and like whoever the other spirit would be like, I've come to destroy you. He'd be like, hey, come on, sit down for a second. I want to tell you about quarks. And they'd be like, oh, okay, no, what's going on? And they just have like a 3-hour conversation over tea, and it'd be fascinating. And then if they lean too close, we'd like stab him in the throat. And so that's probably my choice.
Hello. Other than Leon, who would you like to voice for the franchise?
Who else would like to voice? Well, Wesker's already taken, obviously. Wesker's a fun character, and DC does a great job on that. Oh man. Nemesis. One line. Stars. Forever. Yes, another question.
How odd is it to hear your voice in like video games? Like,
yeah, it started odd. Eventually, you just kind of go, it's me. Like, for the first few years, it was very strange. One of those. Whenever I play a game that I worked on, I'd get very critical and be like listening. It would take me out of the story immediately, like really immersed, and all of a sudden I'd show up and be like, all right, I'm gonna do that line better. Oh, is that okay? Oh, I didn't know that. I should have given me context. Like I started getting very clinical about the performance, and so it did kind of take me out of the games. That's one of the downside of being a gamer and being a voice actor is like I can't really immerse myself in my own performance. If I do, then I have a serious problem. But over time, generally I just kind of got used to it. And I still think of it with a critical year anyway. Because like any performance, you want to improve, and you want to listen back to what you've done, take notes for future endeavors and things like that. And for projects that I'm specifically invested in, I also want to make sure that I did justice in hindsight, and make sure that my ego doesn't twinge when I hear it. Because then if I do, then we have a problem as well. But yeah, so it started weird, not so much weird these days, especially since some of the stuff is more character-y, so it's not too strange. It's just my speaking voice, which some roles tend to be, that it can be a little like, cool. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. All right. Sorry, I'm attacking the microphone.
That's okay.
Tap on microphone.
You mentioned anytime, yo. There goes my.
That was how I covered for the Bulls film. Totally intentional, I guarantee you. And to anyone that felt it there, I sincerely apologize.
Anyway, you said you were a fan. You were said as a fan of Thundercats in the '80s.
Yes.
Now, when you watch it now as an adult, or any other show that you watched growing up, have the shows have to like not hold up as well as you?
Oh, the original Thundercats is terrible.
Yes, it is.
I love it. I love it. It's terrible.
What's wrong? You know,
Snark, I'm trying to find where the Sword of Omens has gone missing.
maybe you left it behind that rock.
Ah, there it was the whole time. Credits. Like, you know, that was terrible, but it was indicative of the era, and like, I grew up with that. So that's a super nostalgia factor there, too. But even then, like, they were still beautifully animated. Like, even looking back at the artwork then compared to modern cartoons, like, there was a certain level of detail that's been lost in a lot of products since then. But yeah, that's pretty bad. But there are shows that still hold up, man. Darkwing Duck still holds up. Yes. The Tick cartoon definitely holds up. Spoon! Animaniacs is a perfect example of a show that was written for an older audience, even though kids watched it, where it seasons well with age. But yeah, Thundercats did not fare so well.
Gargoyles didn't either, but I still love Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, I love Gargoyles always.
What's your opinion on
The remake of Thundercats, it was great. Especially that tiger guy. That was awesome. No, I honestly, I love the show. Like, you know, it has its faults in many other shows, and there are a lot of cooks in the kitchen running cartoon, and some episodes were better than others, but for the most part, like, the animation was superb. I thought they had some really cool, new, interesting characterizations for characters, and, you know, I like where it was going, too, because I know what goes on. I know what season 2 is all about. I know how the show ended. Like, I had long conversations with the art director and writers during the end of the show. So, like, I had stored in my brain the entirety of the new Thundercats storyline. And knowing where it was going to go, I'm like, oh, that was a heartbreaking point. Because like, the second season was going to go a lot darker. It was going to go a lot more serious as the proverbial who hit the fan. So, yeah. Anyway, question.